Contrast between God and Mammon. Referring to Matthew 6:24, at the end of the scripture, it basically tells you that you cannot serve God and Mammon. Oftentimes, people say that we cannot serve two masters, as scripture tells us, which is certainly true, but then God compares it in a sense to that second master being Mammon. In the Bible, translation had changed from the capital M to a small m when referring to the name of Mammon. And that's because it came to set in a form of confusion to confuse one of its actuality, that Mammon is considered a god. And I'm not talking about capital G-O-D, but I'm talking about the small G-O-D. Mammon is basically wealth, riches, property, substance that one holds on to, and they put that before God. Now, I'm not saying that God is condemning wealth by any means, but he is condemning the person that is serving that wealth, or mammon, so to speak. Mammon is also seen as an unjust steward. If you take, for instance, a male that is married and he is having an affair with another one, at some point you see that one is going to be despised, where the other one, he's going to be more loyal to that one. Just as a man cannot, well, it's not proper, shall I say, for one to have two governments. Again, you will find that it will be loved, admired, and trust and worship in one arena and distrust in the other arena, where that one basically will be neglected. Creflo Dollar, he once basically stated that, it's great if God has blessed you in his house or in his church building. I'm not talking about the church of God. I'm talking about the church building itself. It's great if God has blessed you with the vision. But he also encourages, and he's very bold to let one know that if you have another vision outside of the vision that God has given him for that house, basically that you must branch on, you must move forward, because there will not be two visions abiding out of the house that he is set charge over. And I understand that now. It's hard to be dedicated to two visions. So again, we must not serve God and Mammon. And the reason for me putting together this video is because I loaned someone some substance, and in return, they were supposed to repay me. And me being that I basically thought that I could trust this person, I really thought that, they were going to pay me back. And up to now, I have not received no payment, no conversation about like what's going on, when they'll be able to pay me back. As the looks of things, they're still buying desires and wants, which is okay, because God had begun to let me know to basically to release that debt that person had owed me. And as he began to put that in my spirit, I went to church that Sunday morning, and those were the exact words that my pastor spoke. So again, I have to let that person be released in the sense of me basically forgiving them, because sometimes the person may borrow something from you, and in the beginning they may have high regards to return it to you, but as time go on, they may really just not have it to pay back. And then in some cases, They just don't care, because the mammon, this God that they are serving, basically begins to speak other things into their minds, whereby they surrender to that, and they put up a wall of defense to defend them for their reasons being on why they should not pay you back. And again, the Lord also dropped in my spirit that, you know, when you forgive one, that not only are you releasing them from a debt that they can't pay, or that they just don't desire to pay back, but you are also allowing room for yourself to grow. Also, he did refer to me, basically stating that that's how he feel when one do not pay their tithes. And then with that being said, you know, when you have school loans and you haven't paid those back, you know, how do those people feel waiting for their money? The same way that I had felt when I was offended by the person not paying me back. And again, you know, I have fallen short in these categories as well. So again, you know, we ought to extend the same measure that was given to us. We need to be able to extend it back unto them in a forgiving manner. Again, my pastor spoke on that. This is the year. This is the 7th year. And this is the year that many debts will be forgiven. So I just want to encourage you not to serve God and mammon, because you cannot serve two masters. You can only serve one. So again, until next time, my brothers and sisters, be blessed.